My Line? Brought to you by Johnson's Wax, makers of Clear, the self-polishing floor wax that dries clear as glass, never yellows. And now, let's all play What's My Line? And now, from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose Voice of Broadway appears in papers coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
On my left, the star of the book publishing field, Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
Well, after years of introducing John Charles Daly, it's a particular pleasure to introduce one of the most ebullient and effervescent girls in musical comedy. When I tell you the name of her new album, you know who she is. The album is called Carol Channing Entertains. And here's Miss Carol Channing.
And on my left, the exciting Broadway star, renowned raconteur, respected authoress, a fashion consultant, devoted mother, helpful wife, steadfast friend, and what's more, a member in good standing of the board of directors of Bonwit Teller's department store. And who right now is in the midst of wrapping all those elegant, expensive Christmas gifts, the busiest body I know, Arlene Francis.
I'm only sorry you didn't get a chance to sing that. And, of course, it's a great joy for me to be in a position tonight to introduce our moderator. And so instead of presenting him to you, I am going to present you to him, our peerless John Charles Daly.
By golly, Carol, Arlene and I have been friends, I guess, for 25 years. I've never been so impressed in my life, Arlene.
Isn't that impressive?
Isn't that? How wonderful to have you.
It took 24 hours.
I wonder if we'll have time for the mystery guest.
Well, Bennett, you're outnumbered tonight, which I think is a very good idea.
He likes it.
Hello?
Yes, he enjoys being a fellow.
Yes, I could make some of the obvious remarks about thorns and roses, but I shan't do it. I will promise you some very interesting occupations. We'll also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program, and we'll meet our first challenger after this message. And now to meet our first challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? Oh, Spirit, I've been studying it for years. Still don't know how to read it. Reiko?
Yesterday.
Yukawa.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. Where are you from?
I came from Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, you live in Tokyo, in the capital. Population of slightly more than 10 million. A bigger city than ours. It's lovely to have you here. And now, Miss Yukawa, may I present our panel. Will you join me over here, please? And we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. We can tell you that Miss Yukawa is salaried and deals in a service, and we'll begin things with Bennett Cerf.
Well, you're such a charming young lady. I wonder if you come into actual contact with the people whom you serve. Do you?
You mean physical
No.
contact?
Do you talk? You have a chance to talk to the people whom you serve?
In person?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That would be no.
No?
No. That's a 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Channing.
Is your service a non-profit service?
No. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Miss Rayco is your first name? May I call you Rayco?
Yes, sure.
You can call me Arlene. Or Arlene. In Japan, they called me Arlene Francis. They really did. I loved it. Miss Rayco, it would occur to me that it is possible you look so demure and so enchanting in your lovely kimono. Is it possible that you do some kind of work that this costume belies?
No, that's 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen. This is not to say that Miss Yukawa works always in a kimono, but it would not in any way belie the basic service which she gives. Miss Kilgallen?
In other words, Miss Ukawa-san, may I assume that this work is primarily performed by women?
No, that's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Miss Rayco, have you any connection whatever with the entertainment industry? Do you perform in some way before people?
Yes.
Does it require physical dexterity?
No.
No?
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Channing.
Is it on a stage, Miss Rayco?
No, that's 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it possible that in your country you might perform in a way that we are performing here tonight?
Well.
Yes.
Is it possible that you are in television in Japan?
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But you are not on a Japanese What's My Line? No. Do you use anything, any kind of equipment in your work?
Well, yes.
Yes.
Yes? Do you juggle?
No. No juggle. 7 down and 3 to go, Miss
yes.
Kilgallen.
Do you do something other than singing or dancing?
No.
Do you do something other than singing and
Yeah.
dancing? Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you primarily talk to the people who are listening or viewing?
Well, with your permission, I would have to say that talk is very critical to the efficient performance of the duties.
But there is also some
There's
device.
something else, too.
Is this anything that we have in the United States?
Yes, you have.
Is your work, I know it's profit-making, but do you appear on a commercial program?
Yes.
Do grown-ups listen to you or watch you?
Yes.
Do children too?
Yes.
Are these devices something that you do not hold in your hand, that are too big to hold in your hand?
That's an interesting question, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Shall we go over to Tokyo and come back and answer it when we get back? Some elements we might say are, and some elements are not. That's a very good way not to answer. I mean, to answer the question.
So I get a qualified go
Yes.
ahead and hang yourself type of thing?
Yeah.
All right. Would you say that there was any, may I eliminate you as any kind of newscaster or weathercaster?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, may I assume that your chief duty is to entertain?
Yes.
And these devices or these other things that you work with are part of the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Are they ever animals?
No. 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Now, I just have a feeling that Miss Rayco knows something about magic. No tricks?
No.
No
No
magic
trick.
tricks?
9 down and 1 to go, Miss Channing.
Does your work involves sports?
No.
Can I take one guess?
Take a guess.
Is there any camera at work when Reiko is performing?
Sometimes it could be, but basically what you're missing is it goes round and round and round and round and round. It's called disc jockey.
Disc jockey.
Yeah. See, the disc jockey on 3 different radio programs in Japan also appears on television, but basically she works.
Can Miss Reiko tell us what number is in one of the top 10 in Japan?
Always now Beatles.
Always Beatles.
Always now Beatles. The more things change, the more they're the same everywhere, I think.
With Japanese Beatles.
Now, even I'll give you a good mark for that one, Bennett. That was really being on your toes. Well, Miss Yukawa, thank you very much for coming to us. And I must say, it's a nice thing that happened to the disc jockey business when you went into it. Thank you. Now to meet our second challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Jim Blevins, right, sir? All righty. Mr. Blevins, where are you from, sir?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Fine. Now, may I present our panel? Mr. Blevins? And now, if you'd join me over here, sir, we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, we can tell you that Mr. Blevins is self-employed and deals in a product. And we'll begin with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Mr. Blevins, could I use your product if I were in the right place at the right time? Would you consider it useful?
Yes.
Could I hold it in my hand?
Yes.
Would I have it in my home?
Yes.
Do you have it in your home?
Would I?
You
if
could.
If I wanted this kind of thing, would I have it in my home? I don't know how much you know about me, Mr. Blevins, but would it be your guess that I probably don't have one of these things?
It would be very difficult, really, to assess it properly, Dar. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Let's put it that way.
But there's no reason why I could live and die without having it, right?
Yeah, it would depend pretty much, you know, on how you felt about it.
Is it solid rather than liquid?
Is it solid rather than liquid?
Yes.
If I had it in my home, would I keep it in a particular place, most likely?
Yes.
This is not, you know, to suggest it would not be elsewhere in the home, but you would tend to keep it in one place. Yeah.
May I assume that I would not have to keep it in the refrigerator?
Would not have to keep it.
Yes.
Yes.
I would not even have to keep it in the kitchen?
You wouldn't have to keep it, no.
If I had such a thing, would it be likely that it would be found in any room of the house?
Could be. Could be.
Is this something that I would use out of doors?
Could.
Could also use indoors. Is it soft to the touch?
Is it soft to the touch? It certainly is softer than, you know, a basket full of bricks or something like that.
Exactly what I meant, John. Exactly what I meant. Soft to the touch. I could hold it in my hand. I could have it in any room. Does it come in different colors?
It does? Yeah. I didn't know that. See, you learned.
Mr. Blevins, I want to say goodbye, and it's been nice knowing you. Has this thing, or is it now, ever been alive?
1,000 night to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Blevins, is this product consumable?
Yes.
Is it consumed internally?
Yes.
It therefore is some kind of food, right?
Yes.
Is it a food that is packaged?
Yes.
Is it a food that is used more at one meal than others? More for breakfast, would you say, than lunch or dinner?
No, that's fine. Thank you, Bennett. 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Channing.
If it doesn't have to be kept in the Frigidaire, and it doesn't have to be kept in the kitchen, does it have some kind of preservative in it?
No, no preservatives. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Could you buy it in a store?
Yes.
Is it packaged, did you say?
Yes.
Yes. Does it grow?
Yes.
You mean originally?
Is it something that is used as an accessory to the meal rather than the main food itself?
Yes.
If you were to use it, I would say you would agree that you were using it as an accessory to a meal, yes.
Does it have an unusual and lively taste?
Yes.
We like to think so. I would say it's a taste that would be familiar to all of you, that certainly if you were seeking it out, you would find lively and appetizing, etc., and so forth.
Uh-huh.
Garlic.
Is it, I was thinking, is it anything in the onion family?
No.
I don't know if garlic
No, and
is
that's
in
what
the onion family.
I didn't want you to be misled by the lively, which is
Yes.
why I offered the explanation. That's
Sure.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Kilgallen.
Well, if you obviously wouldn't have it for breakfast, would it ever be found at a luncheon table?
Could be. Mm-hmm.
Could it be found at the dinner table?
Could be.
Is there any way of making it into a cocktail snack?
It could be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When it grows in the ground, does it have a special color?
I think we would, yes. It's identifiable. Mhm.
Comes in all colors.
I mean, I'd know it if I saw it. I'm beginning to wonder. Do we have it up north here?
Yes, we have it up there.
Golly. Oh, but you said, may I rule out that it's a cigarette?
May you rule out that it's a cigarette? Yeah, I haven't taken one of those internally for a long time.
That's what I thought, but I'm not sure of anything on this program. When it is growing out of the ground, is it more than 2 feet high?
Yes.
Hmm?
Well, oh, you always get me on these farm things. Is it grown on a farm or a ranch?
Yes.
Farm, I guess. Does it ever get as high as an elephant's eye?
How high is an elephant's eye?
Would-
Is it anything like corn or wheat?
Yes, it's... mhm.
It's like corn or wheat. It's a grain type of thing. Well, why are you looking at me like that, John?
Just fascinated.
It's hush puppies.
Hush puppies. 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Blevins, is it, we didn't get a direct answer. It is a kind of grain, is that right?
Yes.
It is
We
not.
got a
It is not
studied
corn
layer.
and it is not wheat. Is
No,
that right?
no, we didn't say that, Bennett. It was asked if it was in the corn or wheat area, and we said yes.
Well, is it corn or wheat?
Yes.
Is it a kind of corn?
Yes.
Cornmeal.
Is it animal corn?
No. 6 down and 4 to go. What kind of corn are we talking about?
Wait a minute now. It's solid, comes in all colors. It's corn, but
Popcorn.
Right. Mr. Blevins is president of the Blevins Popcorn Company. Popcorn Company. Popcorn Company.
Now, what do you
right?
mean it's taller than
Oh,
An
corn
elephant's
grows.
eye.
Corn grows
Oh,
high as
Dennis, you ought to get out there. It
Oscar
really grows.
Hammerstein says so.
Corn goes up 6, 7 feet, doesn't it, Mr. Bennett?
Right.
Sure, some corn goes 7, 8 feet, actually.
Some of the corn on this show goes even higher.
And on that happy note, Mr. Blevins, thank you for joining us on What's My Line. Nice to have you with us. We'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment. And now the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery challenger, for which the panel is always blindfolded. Blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes,
sir. Yes,
Good.
sir.
Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? All right. Different form of questioning, panel. One question at a time, in turn moving clockwise. And, by golly, I almost said, Miss Hello Dolly, you're first.
Oh, all right. Are you in the entertainment field? Yes.
Miss Francis?
Well, I must say that kind of a reception is usually reserved for a very curvy blonde. Oh, well, are you, however, a man?
Yes.
Miss Kilgallen?
Was that a yes to man?
Yes.
It's a dubious man.
Good heavens. Are you known more for films than for the stage?
No.
1 down and 9 to go. Mr. Cerf?
Do you ever, in the course of your professional activities, raise your voice in song?
No.
No?
2 down and 8 to go. Carol Channing?
Are you primarily with the legitimate theater? No.
3 down and 7 to go. Miss Francis?
You're not in the theater.
Doesn't raise his
Oh, not
voice.
in the legitimate theater.
Well, there's no other kind, is there?
The question was, are you primarily in the legitimate theater? This doesn't bar it.
Oh, he has been in the legitimate theater.
Don't assume anything, Carol. Honey.
All right, Arlene?
I see.
Are you now, or are you about to open in a new show?
Yes.
Miss Kilgallen?
Well, is it a legitimate show?
Mr. Cerf?
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Is that your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the show now running in New York?
He's about to open in it.
No, he didn't say
No,
that.
it was asked, are you now or are you about to?
Oh.
No.
4 down and 6 to go. Miss Channing?
Is this your first show that you are doing?
No.
5 down and 5 to go. Miss Francis?
Not with that reception. Are you about to open in a show that opened in Detroit called I've Had a B-A-double-L? And are you the inimitable Buddy Hackett?
That's that
I had a ball in fact. It's going to open on December 15th, Bennett, which is why we could say no. It opens on December 15th on Broadway.
You know, they asked me if I lift my voice in song, Bennett. Man, this is the first time I'm ever going to sing in public in this show. And the first time an audience ever attacked the stage.
Well,
That
Buddy-
happened in Detroit. They came at me with spears.
All I know is I can't think of a more apt title. Buddy is a friend of ours, has been with us many times, and I Had a Ball should be the name of a show you're in, and we wish you tremendous success.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bud. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
Well, we're giving congratulations on the final performance panel, and we'll all be back after this. Well, I'm glad that Hello Dolly let you be with us tonight, Carol Channing. I'm afraid I've used up everybody's time, so for all of us, thanks for being with us on What's My Line.
What's My Line, a a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Tutton. This is Johnny Olson reminding you, if you'd like to attend one of our broadcasts, write to What's My Line, CBS Tickets, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10022.